Hello guys, well I am back again. I basically have uploaded the other video and have started doing this next one. I thought while I've got the paints out, I'm going to do more painting. Now I got this is the coats box, and I thought I'm going to just paint that, you know. I would probably recommend, if you got, is it poppy red or something like that, I'd probably recommend doing it with pencil, because it was quite difficult, because I want to keep this white or cream, because I want to paint it in that, I'm probably just going to leave that in the black. I'll probably just do the edges in, you know, a ready colour, and then I'll probably just satin stitch in that. So I'll keep that white in the black, unless I decide to change that. Now I've gone over the edge, like the reason it looks a little bit like it does, because when we put this over, just in case there's extra, you know, I'm going to go out like that. And I mean, I did this extra. Originally I'd only done it up to here, and I added that little bit extra. So this is where we're going to go, like that. So now with these extra bits that I've got, what I want you to do, if you haven't got the kit, grab yourself it just dropped on the floor. Grab yourself a tablecloth or some fabric or whatever you want to do. I'm going to put that in here, and that's going to hang over the top of this. And this piece here, this is a special piece. The ones in the kits don't have that. That's going to be a tablecloth that probably will go underneath. Okay, ooh, look at it. Don't want to have it on there, so this will go underneath. Hang on, I'll just do a little bit of fiddling. That'll go underneath, and that's going to be the little tablecloth. So that this is sitting on. You can choose to do this or not. Like, I'm going to have that probably sitting up a little higher, because I want to see this. So I'm probably going to, hang a minute, put it around my neck, have it a little higher, because I do want to see some of that lace. So you can just grab yourself a piece of lace, and I'd like it a little higher, so that the lace is sitting like that, and we do get a little bit of it. Now this is going to be stuck in there like that, and it's going to come out, so that may go lower, and it's going to come out and sit over the top like that and just hang down. And then you guys probably can't see it. Ugh. I've got the coats box and everything here, so, and the place is a mess. Hang on a minute, sit up there, and I'll drag it up. Here we go. Now we can see what we're talking about. That's going to go probably with the number 6, because the 6 is what's on there. Come out there and then hang out there. So that's going to hang out 3D, and we're going to finish off the edge. I'll show you how to do that. And then this, this is quite a long piece, but it will make it really 3D and hanging over like that bit. You don't see that, but I'm going to have that hanging over like we're sewing a piece. So it's going to be quite 3D. And I've also, here's that little crochet element. You know, that's still part of the table, so I might even paint that a little bit in this creamy colour. I want it to be a little bit darker, or might even tea dye it, just so it matches this a little bit, because that's the thread I want to use for that. So there you go, that's what these elements are for if you've got the kit. I might bring it up a little higher, just so it sits a little better, and we'll fold and manipulate, and it's going to have like this little hanky hanky type bit hanging over. I might just even get just a bit of lace. You've got elements in there. You've got your corner bit and you've got a lace bit, and I might just end up getting a bit of lace because it's sort of covering this a little bit. So we'll see how we go. So there you go. That's what those elements are for. Now, so yeah, that'll be sitting there. That's like our little crocheted bit of thing we're doing, and I just went ahead and did it because I was waiting for my video to download. Okay, we're in camera. So here's my little Betty. It's almost life size. It's a hand machine, like a little kid's sewing thing, and it was made in England. It's got written in made in England somewhere. Here we go, made in England. It's so cute. I got it from a vintage market, so it's quite an oldie, and it's just adorable, and I just love it. So this coats and that is almost the same colour, so I'm probably going to use that same colour on the bottom. I'm going to do it true to life to what I've got. While I was behind the scenes, I quickly just did the blue. I'm going to probably do more of this sort of type of stuff in the embroidery, whether I choose to do that or not, I don't know. So that's the vase. So I thought I'd just do a few things, but I would definitely recommend, if you are going to, you know, do this, it might pay. Actually, I might do this. So this part here, that little part there, I think is in the red. And then I think this little guy part here, yeah, that's in red as well. So we'll do that. This is all brass and that's black, so that's why I painted it black. And then that is the opening, but it looks black. So I am going to show you what I mean by, yeah, see, this is probably a better colour anyway. It's more red, whereas the other one's a bit more pinky red. So, you know, like do this with the coats box because it'd be so much easier for you to go in and paint it. Now this poppy red is quite the red. So you don't have to do it that way. If you want, you could probably make it more like a Singer colour. Maybe do it black and gold. Have a look at some of the old Singer colours. That's why I got Little Betty is what it's called, so that's why I've done it in that colour. I'm just going to do it fairly light-ish. And it's like colouring in that's what I like about the pencils. They definitely have more control. So, and once again, you don't have to paint. If you are more of a thread person, go for it. Just paint it all in with the threads. This is just something that I like to do because I'm an artist and I like combining my love of art with my love of threads and sewing. So it's something that I enjoy doing, and that's, you know, if you people, they say, yeah, I don't know my signature style, I'd say that's it, you know, combining my art with my love of sewing. Okay, now it's going to be pretty full on. We'll see how we go. So just be careful when we, oh yeah, well, it is full on, but it's pretty much what the colour is. So poppy red in the Inktense pencils. It's amazing how these work. I mean, you put it on fairly lightly and you got this massive pop of poppy red, or pop of whatever other colour, you know, that we use. Okay, so yeah, the first two videos are the painting aspect. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I might, at the end of this one, maybe start on doing some paint. Well, I'll probably, at the end of this one, I might get some of the wadding, and we can start putting, you know, cut out a piece of wadding the same size as your background, and then we can proceed to do the other stuff. I mean, you know, I love this. This is the fun part for me, as well as doing the stitching. So I love both. You've got to be really careful. I can do it quicker because I've had experience, but when you do it, just take your time. Try not to get too close to the edge. And one thing with I found with the pencils, it doesn't bleed as much, which is good. You don't go over the edge. Now I'm gonna just, I need a little bit more red here. So when you want that, be careful, you grab that. Seems a little light in this area here. So what I might do with that is I'm going to let that dry naturally, because I want that intense colour. So I mean, I will give it a bit of an iron later, but I definitely want that darker red, because that's the colour of my little Betty. She's so cute. I also coloured in that, I forgot. I think I'll show you the colour I used when I was doing the blues for the background. I'm like, oh, better do the blue for that. Now, she is cute. Now, I better dab that. I don't want that going everywhere. Now, what I'm going to do, I think this is the colour that I used. That one, this one here, which I may give it another dab. Seems a little light to me, because it is quite an intense colour. So it's a little bit bluer than the blues that are in the spool. So, and it goes beautifully with the red. Okay, we'll let that dry naturally as well, because I want to keep that blue. So if you like the colour that you've got and you want to keep the intensity, let it dry naturally, and it will. But if you know, you don't want that intensity, iron it, and it'll iron lighter. So I still may have to go back. Now what I'm going to do here, I'll be using these, and it is sort of a real creamy, and it's this, the LB is gold, so we're going to use gold thread for that. Now I'll have that down here, and we sort of want it to be not like, that's the lightest I've got. I might add a bit of white, but if I iron that, it should come up good. Yeah, that's not a bad colour. Okay, and I love that see this little thread has come out. I think it's pretty cool. So we do have a little bit of silver that we do need to, or you know, like a metal tone, which is this and that and a few other bits and pieces. So I do have, believe it or not, I've got a silver somewhere. I've got these metallic, and I've got a gold, and I've got a silver. So I'm going to have to look through my bits and pieces. Is that white? Oh, antique white. That's handy. And see if we can find it, or I'll just do it in a, I better be careful. See, got to be careful. What am I saying? Yeah, or just get the silver thread out, which I do have. But if I can get as much done in the painting as I can, it will make life a little easier. Okay, we'll just go over the LB, doesn't matter. When I was first doing this, the LB looked like the bee, like a bee. And Brad goes, oh, have you put a bee on there for Brad? And I'm like, no, Bradley, it is not about you. That's funny. It's no, little Betty. That's cute. Oop. Be careful. Don't want that. Okay. I'm rushing. I shouldn't rush. We do have time. It's all good. Yeah, so I think if you got one of these and you did the colours in what, a small, you know, like a Singer sewing machine, grab out your colorations of your Singer sewing machine, and I think that would look really cute. But because I've got this and it is in this colour, I am going to keep true to colour. You don't have to, they are pretty bright. This is metal, so I'm going to have to go over that. I might paint it grey and then go over it with like the what do we call it? The threads, the metallic thread. Just probably highlights, I think. Okay, this will dry a little lighter, but it is pretty well right colour. I think that might be another bobbin behind there. I'm going to have to find a colour for that. So you've got it, you don't realise till you start painting what's missing. Okay, got the needle and all that. Oh, it's rather cute. Okay, what I'm going to do, where's me this little guy? I'm going to soak up some of this in the water, soak it up, and then I'm going to paint that in this colour. So you can paint it and do whatever colour you want. I just wanted it to be a little bit more yellowy, which it is. And just put that aside over here to dry. You can't see that, but there we go. Looks pretty good. Now, so what we'll do is we'll paint this in that colour as well, but I am definitely going to be using thread to make it look like thread. Now the actual thing in the middle of it, I think I have to find it. I wonder where the thread thing is. Is it up there somewhere? Missing. I think it is might be white and that might be a little bit on the reddy side. So we'll just do it watery because I think I don't want it too dark. Might have to do this tape in this fleshy colour because it is a bit of a funny fleshy colour. So I'm doing it because that's what my tape is. Probably needs a little bit of brown with it. That with a bit of brown. It's from an old men's workman's tape. So that's why it is that colour, and it's sort of, I bought it because it said it was like fabricy. I put in vintage fabric tape, and it come in this leather thing, and it's an old workman's tape, but it had inches on it, so I thought that's gonna work. I had it in with another kit a while back, so yeah, so that's why that's like it is, and we don't really need to go too much further. I might make it a little darker in the middle because they tend to look darker in the middle because of the tape. There we go. Give it a bit of darkness on here too because it is a bit grungy. There we go. A bit more dark. There we go. The old tape. I may even end up doing a bit of paint on this. See how we go. Oh, got to be really careful because see, look, that's bled onto there. Don't want that. Now, if I remember correctly, it was just really light. Really, really light. So I'll just do that really light and then a touch of red. Where's that red? In the middle. Just a little bit on the numbers. That'll do me. Don't want that to go too far. Now, okay, what have we got here? I might do another teal. No, that's already got the teal, so maybe this one. I think that's another bobbin that I forgot about. I may even paint here to represent a bobbin because I think there's like empty space. There we go. So we're going to put a line there to represent another bobbin, and then maybe that's in front of it and you can't see it. So it will just, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you don't know what the picture's going to look like until you've started and you're like, oh, missing something. There we go. Another bobbin. So I'm going to have to do a black line along there. I could probably do another one here. Whoop. In a different colour. We'll see how we go. That'll do. there's empty spots because it's, you know, that's what they look like. There's empty spots in between. Okay, now we need some grey. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. How are we going for time? 20. Ooh, sorry, that's my light. I'm not sure what I'm going to do that yet, so what I'm going to do is just do grey. And I'll do the thimble grey too because it is a metally colour. I might come in with a darker colour for that. And the buttons that we get in our little stash too are going to be just sort of scattered sort of along there. Everyone gets a glass one. There was only one blue glass one, so I thought, well, I'll just take that for me. So we'll just, you know, scatter the buttons. This is an ironing, that little ironing board. So I can probably put the buttons, you know, one or two on there. So we'll scatter them, and that's what they're for. And I tried to get smaller ones so that they were like life size, if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're going to do a really light, and I might add a bit of white to it. Grey for the metal. Okay. It even has a bit of a shimmer to it, so I might do a bit of a darker colour for the this. So we'll start off with grey, and then it's all grey. And then maybe add a bit of black, or, you know, like made grey with white and black, to add a few highlights. Okay, this is grey, that's grey, we'll add that, same here, it's all grey, just blobbing it in for now, and then I'll do a few highlights. Oh, this part's grey too, there we go, but it's a bit darker. So I'm going to come in with a darker colour. Okay. Now, if anything, this has got a really white look about it. That's, and then so is this, because it looks shinier. So I'll come in with a bit of white and the grey. And I'm going to add a tiny bit of black to this grey for some highlights. Make this darker, like a darker grey. Yep, definitely darker. And so is some of these bits, like the actual petal. Gotta be careful. That's okay. Now, okay, I think we're looking pretty good. I'll go over this again with a bit of thing. Okay, Okie dokie. Now, how do we do glass? I think we're going to have to just do, you know, just do that in a sort of like a bluey, glassy colour on the outside, and then highlight. This is actually a grey, blacky colour. So we might do, it's a lid. So we'll leave that as that. Okay, hang 10. I'm just going to get, what time have we got it? 30 minutes. I've got this cup and saucer. Which is sitting in my little cabinet, and I think it is rather sweet. So I might keep it light, and then maybe we can do some flowers, embroider some flowers on it. So I'm just wondering, here's white. Just gonna, because I do have a fair bit of white china. That may not work that well. I might have to paint it white with white actual paint. Being calico. So, well, we might make the tea in there a darker colour because it needs a cup of tea. Everyone needs a cup of tea when they're making stuff. So we're just going to go white, see how that works. Because the white, no, I haven't got a great deal of white left in my colour now. I'm going to do a little bit of tea colour in the middle. There we go. That's not tea colour, I don't know what is. Perfect cup of tea. And I may do it's sort of gone in. Some steam coming from it. Yeah, because it's the Ink10. Well, there you go, it did work. And I may do the edges, see how the edges of the cup and the edges of that is gold. I'll probably do the outside of the cup and everything in gold. When I think of china, I think of it being white because it's wet. Yeah, so here we go. It's really coming out white. But you can have whatever colour you want. You could probably, even if you want to, trace it and do a bit of, you know, like when did I do my sewing themed project that I had, you know, techniques, and I got a bit of fabric that actually had flowers and stuff on there. But I thought for this, I would like to do a couple of grub roses, which is what I'm doing in my rose bush at the moment. I am going to get back to that, I promise. I just thought I had this and I wanted to make a start on it. So I'm going to do a couple of those rose bushes and then lazy daisy things there, and that's going to be it for me, I think, on that. So there we go. I think that'll work. Now I might even put a little bit of white on there. I think we are pretty much done for the painting, apart from this, which is it's sort of this tealy colour mixed with a bit of blue, and it's got other bits and pieces on it. I'm going to have to come out But that's my little tiny little ironing board. Do this greeny bluey colour. And it's got other designs in there, but I'm gonna, where's my aquamarine? I'm gonna add that to it as well. Maybe have that more on the bottom. Okay, we'll activate that. And then we are done. Oh, geez, it's quite bright. Didn't think it was going to be that bright, but it'll dry lighter, as we say. So I'm liking the look of this so far, and then the buttons are going to go on there too as well, which they're all in the neutral colours, so they'll stand out on the on this colour. Okay. Green. Better off going further out then. And not enough. There we go. Have this more greeny colour. And then the bottom can be a bit more of that bluey colour. There we go. Okay. Got to be careful with this. Don't want it bleeding, especially being such a strong colour. Oop. It'll dry light, it'll dry light. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's rather pretty. It does look a bit plain, but it will look better. I think we are pretty much done. Everything else we're going to have to do painting with and highlighting a little bit more. So, yeah, we're done with the painting. Okay, guys, well, thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next episode where we get started. I might in the background, so get yourself some wadding or even some felt, and wadding, batting, yeah, quilt batting, and do an invisible stitch to hold it down. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.